Magandang tagali sa inyo lahat and welcome to another edition of Sports Corner PH Interviews, the very first edition for the year 2025 by Zoom. So bago tayo mag-upisa, we would like to express our deepest condolences sa mga naiimamahal sa buhay at pamilya ni Sir Mervin Duarte, ang miyembro ng Philippine OCR team na namatay po dahil sa pananaksak kaninang umaga dyan po sa Oriental Mindoro. Medyo biglaan, medyo shocking nga ang mga nangyari, pero sana mabigyan man lang ng karampatang ustisya ang nangyari nga kay Mervin, and of course may i-rest in peace. See you in heaven. So, ngayong araw, makakasama po natin muli si Coach Gianna Pangkele, ang ating kaibigan mula sa Philippine handball team na recently, habang tayo nagse-celebrate ng holiday season, sabihin natin na bigla tayo dahil of course sumali din pala sa isang malaking competition and training camp dyan sa Singapore, and luckily may uwi nga na bronze medal finish. So alamin natin sa kanya kung ano ang naging experience niya dyan po sa Singapore. So Coach Gianna, magandang tanghali. Welcome to Sports Corner PH once again, and Happy New Year.
Magandang tanghali, Gab, and Happy New Year din sa lahat. But before anything else, I'd like to also extend our condolences to the family of our national athlete from obstacle course, Mervin Guarte. So, um, our heartfelt condolences from the Philippine handball community also, kasi small lang naman yung community natin sa sports. So nakikiramay kami sa kanyang pamilya at sa Obstacle Sports Federation.
Of course, malaking kawalan talaga, hindi lamang sa Philippine OCR, Philippine Athletics, kundi sa buong Philippine sports community ang biglaan o maagang pagkawala nga ni Mervic. It's a tragic ending sa kanyang buhay na pagiging atleta. So, sana man lang mabigyan ng konting ustisya niya dito sa mga nangyayari nga kaninang umaga, at rest assured na tututukan natin yung kaso ni Mervin. Pero on a good side naman, o a lighter side naman, kamusta na po kayo? Alam ko, nag-spend kayo ng holiday season, pero abroad. Kasi kalimitan kasi, pag national athletes, nagkakaroon kayo ng break to go home to their provinces, to vacation abroad. Pero, sinulit nyo ang bakasyon ninyo sa Singapore na mag-compete at mag-training camp bago matapos ang taon. So, kumusta na kayo? And of course, a few members of our men's indoor handball team. Coach Jana.
Okay naman kami. We're trying to rest and recover, but not as much because we have an upcoming tournament by Feb. So, mini-maintain na lang namin yung condition ng athletes and yung mga na-injure during the tournament, nagte-therapy, and we hope na they will heal in time for Feb. So, yun nga, while everyone was spending and celebrating the holidays, we were in Singapore for a training camp and a competition. Kasi nung in-announce na ang event na lalaruin sa SEA Games is yung indoor handball, the coaching staff and the officials along with the athletes agreed that we didn't have any time to waste. So sayang kasi yung pagkakataon na makapag-train, lalo na yun yung time na walang school, walang work, and merong tournament sa Singapore. Yung Singapore na tournament, usually hindi namin yan sinasalihan. Although 10 years na siya, may malalakas na team na pumupunta. So usually pumupunta yung teams from Japan, from Chinese Taipei, from Hong Kong, from sometimes Uzbekistan, but this year hindi sila pumunta. Lagi yan meron. So pang 10th year na ngayon. Kaya lang hindi natin pupuntahan kasi nga tuwing Pasko siya ginagawa. But since kailangan natin mag-step up and start ng build up for indoor handball, So nag-decide kami na lahat na we need to start our build-up process, and that was the first chance to do so. So kahit magpasko na lang kami away from our families, okay lang basta maumpisahan namin yung kailangan namin gawin para sa 2025.
Okay, so usually ginaganap itong sa Singapore, it's during
Mm.
the Christmas time.
Yes,
During
yes.
Christmas time, alam natin, nagbabakasyon nga ang tao. Pero it's all worth it itong pagbabakasyon niya dahil of course, nagka-bronze medal kayo. And of course, this is actually a great start na rin for the Philippine handball team na mag-training for indoor handball. Kasi in the few months or a few years back, nag-concentrate muna kayo sa beach handball. By the way, naging maganda ang 2024 para sa ating beach handball team, lalo na yung ating women's team natin. Kamusta na yung 2024 para sa ating Philippine handball team? Siguro significant progress itong mga nangyari nga throughout the year na nangyari sa ating handball team natin, both indoor and of course sa beach po, Coach Yana.
Ah, Noong 2024, nag-focus tayo syempre sa beach kasi nag-qualify yung women's team sa World Championships. And the reason why we focused on beach handball is first and foremost, yung wala tayong masyadong facilities for indoor handball kasi malaki siya, 40 by 20. And then, kung i-compare mo yung beach handball tsaka indoor handball, mas matagal talaga i-develop ang team, i-build ang isang team for indoor handball. Because number one, mas madaming players kailangan mo dyan, tapos mas maraming skill, mas mahaba yung game, and mas maraming established na teams na because, it's been part of the Olympic program since before pa. So, tapos yung beach, nag-focus tayo doon because we found the opportunity there. It's an upcoming sport and, mas madali sa atin yung access sa sand kasi yung coastal areas natin madami. So, maglalagay ka lang ng line. So, pwede ka na mag-set up ng beach court. But anyway, so 2024 was a good year for us. We had a very lean program, but we set objectives, and na-meet naman yon. Kasi nga, uh, kulang yung resources natin. And number one doon is the facility. So, for this year, stinart natin yung indoor handball towards the end of the year kasi nga, kailangan na natin siyang gawin for the Southeast Asian Games. And then, it is also a good push for us because in 2026, we aim to also be competitive in the Asian Games. And after such, we will try to pursue qualification for the Olympics. Yan. So, 4-year Olympic cycle siya. So, start natin today and we see where we will get to from now until then.
Coach Jana, madali ba or sabihin natin mahirap ba yung transition ng mga players natin considering na nanggaling sila sa beach handball pero bumabalik loob lang po sila para dito sa sport na ito, sa indoor?
Lahat naman, kunwari, kahit sa anong sport, kahit hindi ka mag-transition, basta meron kang goal na to be competitive. And of course, dito, we're all playing for a country. Talagang ano siya, talagang you should fully commit to it. And mahirap talaga yung mga training, kasi hindi lang naman technical, tactical training, pati physical conditioning, pati yung court play. So, kung ang question is mahirap ba yung transition? Oo, mahirap. Pero worth it naman kung magbubunga yung sacrifices and yung training na gagawin ng team for that.
Of course, nandito kayo sa Singapore not just to compete nga dito sa Singapore Handball Open Tournament but also yung 10-day training camp na rin in preparation niya po the 2025 SEA Games. Linawin ko lang indoor handball lang yung pasok, Coach Jana, hindi yung beach.
Hindi. Sa SEA Games,
Ayun.
indoor lang.
So indoor lang ang included lang dito. Both men's and women's.
Yes.
Ayan. So, what's your takeaways muna dito sa 10-day training camp na inyong pinag-ensayuan para dito sa ating Philippine men's indoor hockey team, handball team para dito sa inyong preparasyon, early preparations for the SEA Games kasi the SEA Games will be happening 11 months from now kaya dapat maaga pa lang kailangan pag-ensayuan na at kailangan maagang paghahanda nga para dito sa competition.
O kasi yung team sa Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, matagal na established yung indoor handball program nila. Tayo, nag-start tayo, we had our youth program. Kaya lang na-stop yun nung pandemic. Ang na-retain is yung beach handball program until nag-open na ulit lahat. So, pinagpatuloy lang natin yun. But some of the members of the team started indoor handball. So, yung iba naman sa kanila started beach. So, we wanted to start. So, since lahat sila, we've been training for the year for beach handball, we wanted to transition to indoor handball. So, kinailangan nila to acquire yung, kasi mas iba yung syempre, iba yung although may similarities, maraming similarities, may differences din sa skills, sa technical skills, sa rules. Kasi sa mas physical yung indoor handball eh. So, and then yung surface na paglalaroan mo. So, yung feel nun, lahat, kailangan i-transition sila para mag-adapt sila doon. So, yung main objective namin for the training camp in Singapore was for them to acquire the necessary technical skills and also tactical skills as a team to develop yung pinaka-initial to lay the foundation for the team. So, yun yung goal and then to be able to apply it during the competition, yung mga natutunan nila during the camp. So, the actual goal was to train them, to acquire skills, both technical and tactical. Kasi malakas naman na sila kasi yung strength and conditioning dito, pwede mo naman gawin yun kahit wala kang port facility. So, yun. So, yun yung pinaka-objective. The objective wasn't to win, but when we saw that there was a chance to win, tinake na namin yung chance na yun. So, ayun. And actually, we're also grateful to the Singapore team. You know, we consider them our friends. Sa Southeast Asia naman ng kakaibigan, we help each other out to elevate the game. Kasi nga, behind pa tayo sa region natin, dun sa level of game. So, we help each other out to elevate the game para din maging competitive tayo sa Asian region. So, we also thank the Singapore Federation for hosting the camp for us and putting also it together.
At hindi
Yun.
biro talaga, Coach Jana, yung mga challenges and trials na pinagdaanan ng ating koponan para dito sa training camp. But of course, it is a great A+ nga para dito sa ating mga members ng team na kahit pa paano, unti-unti silang nagpasiklab o nagpa-excel nga dito sa kanilang chosen sport. At dito nga sa tournament, which culminates itong training camp na rin, you managed to finish in 5th place. Ang first place, third place, sorry, bronze medal na napalaro na ng team. So, ang nag-gold ay si Japan, ang nag-silver ay si Singapore, ang third ay, of course, sa Pilipinas. Fourth place, Indonesia, Jakarta, team natin. And fifth place, ang Hong Kong. So, what's your sentiments dito sa naging competition? And bukod nga sa ating mga inimbitahan ng mga Southeast Asian countries, nakilaog din ang iba pang mga top-notch powerhouse teams natin, especially yung Japan at Hong Kong na masasabi natin isa sa mga top contenders na for handball sa iba't ibang mga world competitions, Coach Jan?
Yeah, so syempre yung Japan, although yung sinad nila, it's not their top senior team, but they have so many clubs there na very advanced na sila sa Asia compare sa atin. So kahit sino ipadala sa tournament, malakas talaga. Parang tayo, pag basketball, pinapadala natin sa Southeast Asia. Kahit sino i-pick mo, talagang ahead na sila. So, magandang experience yon. Nakita mo yung mga um, tactical and tactical um, uh, uh, parang technical and tactical nung per team. Okay, so nagkakaroon ng good experience yung mga players, kasi yun ang pinaka-importante talaga training ka ng training. Pag wala kang laro, hindi rin maganda. So ang maganda doon, naka-training kami at tas na-apply namin siya sa context ng game, context ng competition. So maganda ang teams talaga doon na parang yun na talaga yung sa Southeast Asia na maglalaro. Siguro may konting changes na lang. Is yung Singapore and yung Indonesia, meron doon I think more than half will be part of their national team. So maganda yun para sa atin kasi na-assess parang diagnostic siya for us. Na-assess namin kung ano yung kailangan gawin and paano natin i-develop yung team natin for 2025. Yan.
Nabanggit kanina, ang main intention natin in participating nga dito sa nasabing tournament, kahit alam natin, sinakripisyo mo muna ang inyong pagpapakasyon with your loved ones, yung kapaskuhan at na bagong taon, is to get themselves early into preparation para sa Southeast Asian Games 11 months from now at marami pa kayong trabaho na kailangan tupagin ng ating Filipina men's indoor handball team, especially you as head coach, dahil marami pa kayong kailangan pagandaan, lalo na sa mismong training dito sa Pilipinas. Kahit alam natin, nabanggit mo kanina, medyo kulang nga sa mga facilities itong training natin sa kadahilanan, nagamit na ng mga basketball teams dito sa volleyball teams niya sa kanilang practice courts. Ano challenges natin as early as now?
Yun, number one talaga yung facility. Number two, we have to have our athletes healthy, avoid yung injuries sa kanila. We need to address certain elements in their game. Kasi nga, yung ibang teams, matagal na sila naglalaro ng indoor handball. So yung experience, kailangan ma-fill in natin yung gap doon by exposing them to as many games as possible. I think that's the only way and to really all of them to fully commit to training. Lahat naman ng national athletes except for those whose sports are already professional, they have to balance their studies or their work with playing for the national team. Kasi kung the 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 situation of our national athletes, hindi mo naman pwedeng gawing source of livelihood yung pagiging national team player lang. So yung balancing their schedules, it's a challenge. And fully committing to the training program, yan, challenge yan. But we are addressing and helping out each individual member para magawa namin yung proper balance. Kasi hindi pwedeng talagang i-give up yung training. So, kailangan talaga yung training time, andun sila. And ang challenge natin, yung traffic. Well, wala. So, pag pumupunta sa training, so minsan dadating sa training pagod na. So yun mga things like that, the little things like that, but we can maybe as we go along the year address it by adjusting. Of course, the players will make the adjustments. Kaya importante yung mga training camp sa amin kasi pag nag-training camp, wala nang ibang iniintindi kundi mag-training, pati na mo monitor yung food, na monitor yung rest, yung sleep. So yun yung reality natin as a Filipino national athlete. So yun yung magpo-post ng challenge sa atin.
Yan yung
But
isa.
in terms of understanding of the game, in terms of strategy and the plan and preparation, I think it's all already in place. Ang antayin na lang natin kung paano magre-respond yung team to the training and the program to be given to them.
Oo nga, yan yung isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit nalilate tayo lagi is yung traffic. Lalo na sa Metro Manila, kailangan na magpunta ka sa isang venue.
Oo.
Pero mainit ka lang sa mga dami ng sasakyan na napalibot sa inyo. Pero malilate ka talaga dahil lang sa traffic. Pero sana naman lang masolusyonan nito. Baka pwede naman ilipat yung handball venue sa Nuclac City. Kasi
Reality yun sa atin. So maraming atleta nagmomotor na lang, di ba? So,
nag-aangkas.
ayun. So, yun nga, isa pa yun. So kami, plinano na namin na pag local yung training namin, dun, may area dun sa Rizal Memorial, dun kami nagte-training ng indoor. Although, hindi talaga siya official size. 40 by 20 yung official size ng handball court. Yun, kulang siya ng mga 5 meters. Pero, yun yung masiset namin yung training schedule ng tama wala nang ibang facility na available kasi if you go to school, syempre meron din silang mga activities with their, academic program. So, ano talaga, yun yung pinakamalaking challenge. So, for now, isinet muna namin doon and then we hope that the training camps planned for this year will be approved by the PSC kasi it takes budget din budget din ang ang kailangan para sa mga training camp. So kung ma-approve din, mabuti yan para sa atin.
Nabanggit mo kanina yung PSC. How about yung
Oo.
support natin sa PSC? Kasi alam pa natin, pag ganitong panahon, budget season na ito. So, 1.1 billion pesos ang inalat ng 1.2 billion pesos ang inalat ng PSC para sa 2025 sa sports. At of course, meron kayong inihanda ng mga plano na paggagamitan ng budget. So, nag-meeting na kayo recently with Chairman Bachman at yung commissioner in charge para dun sa budget or itatakda pa lang?
Next week pa lang yung sa budget discussion with the commissioner in charge. Although we met with chairman and just to thank them for their kasi talagang ang support namin ng handball and also the other sports that are not as well known in our country, talagang kailangan ng tulong ng PSC kung hindi mamamatay yung program. So last year naman, yung mga request namin ang request lang naman namin last year was for the two competitions for the World Championships and this training camp in Singapore Handball Open for the men's team. So hindi naman kami masyadong mahingi. Pero kasi ang inaano lang namin yung kailangan because I know that the budget is shared among all NSA. So we don't ask for too much, we ask just the right amount. So, pero dito sa 2025, we would ask, of course, for more than what we asked for compared to 2024 because of the preparations for the SEA Games and the Asian Games. And um, mahalaga na magkaroon kami ng mga training camps and exposure to tournaments before the Southeast Asian Games.
Naku, mahalaga talaga dahil of course, international training camp na to have more knowledge, more
Yeah.
exposure, more expertise nga para dito sa sport. Ano siguro ang nasa pipeline na yun? And even yung mga competitions na nakalatag ng Philippine Handball Federation, if you ask permission to say it, bago ang inaabangan natin big event, ito 2025 SEA Games.
We have plans, but we prefer to keep it within the TM
Secret lang
or
muna,
within
secret lang
natin.
muna, surprise.
Oo, kasi yun nga, it's also, when you plan, you strategize, of course, you're also the other countries are doing also. So, para we can, ano na lang, we can see the the results during the competition itself.
Mas,
But we will have, I'm sure the others also are planning training camps and exposure and training. So we also have that in mind.
basta balikaan mo kami kung ano yun, pag na-reveal natin yan. So for now, it's a
Pag
surprise.
nakabalik na. Parang yung tournament nung nakabalik na surprise.
So, abangan na lang natin yan yung magiging plano ninyo for 2025. But of course, the main goal nga is to win the medal in any color nga pagdating nga sa SEA Games, sa Bangkok o sa Thailand. So, wishing all the best nga for the team. But lastly, kasi alam po natin, it is a time, itong nagdaang Pasko, bagong taon, is to spend more time with the families. Pero kayo as one big family, kahit papano, na-celebrate na rin yung Pasko dyan sa Singapore as one team.
Oo.
Pero at least kahit malayo sila sa mga iba't ibang mga pamilya, sa probinsya, sa Metro Manila, at least nakapag-spend time na rin to celebrate the Christmas and New Year with the Philippine Handball family. So, ano naging pagtrato natin sa ating mga members natin throughout this Christmas season, and kung na-enjoy sila kahit papaano.
Mahirap sa lahat yung malayo ka sa pamilya mo pag yung mga season na gano'n, Pasko, Bagong Taon. Although dito na kami nagbagong taon. Pero we just had a simple celebration. Kasi araw-araw na kami magkasama. 2 times a day yung training namin. So nung Pasko, binigyan naman namin sila ng time to relax in the morning. And then we just had a simple dinner and just to celebrate Christmas, tapos uwi na ulit kasi kinabukasan may game na. So, ganun lang. Hindi naman siya masyadong eventful. So, pero naging makabuluhan naman yung naging punta namin doon dahil may naiuwi kami at aside from the medal, ang pinakamahalaga na iuwi namin is yung mga natutunan nila and yung confidence boost na tingin namin kaya namin mag-podium finish. We'll post a challenge and maybe we can bring home who knows the gold in 2025 SEA Games. Wala namang imposible. But again, it was a confidence booster for the team, made them believe in themselves more, and made them see what they need to do in order for them to pose a challenge for the 2025 SEA Games.
Ayos, so naging makabulan nga ang naging holiday training camp and competition for the Philippine men's indoor handball team with the bronze medal showing nga dyan sa Singapore. Again, congratulations to the members
Thank
of the
you.
team. We look forward nga para sa inyong participation nga para sa 2025 SEA Games. Alam ko, mag-interview pa kayo with Miss Ayang Malyari mamayang 1 o'clock sa RP2, pero it will take a little further para matapos na itong interview na ito. So please, panawagan niyo po sa ating mga kababayan natin to support our team for the SEA Games and other international competitions, and you like to express your deepest gratitude also sa lahat ng mga taga-suporta, sa lahat ng mga sponsors, and of course, sa lahat ng mga niniwala sa ating Philippine handball team, both indoor and beach, throughout 2024 and 2025 and beyond. Coach Jan, let's go.
So we'd like to thank first and foremost the PSC for supporting us in our programs, both for beach handball and for indoor handball. Malaking tulong yun para maging consistent kami sa mga naiuwi namin na mga medals and panalo sa international competition. Also, we'd like to thank those who gave us um, things we need for our competitions and training, gave us in kind. Number one sa women's team, yung Team Rebel Sports. Sila yung official na nagbigay sa amin ng mga uniforms for training, both for training and for our competition. Also, kita nyo, Team Rebel, yung coaching shirts namin, sila yung nag-provide. Then, for the men's team, um, uh, some of the uniforms we use kasi pag training camp tsaka competition, dami mo kailangan eh. Some of our uniforms were given by Zoot. So we thank Zoot for providing us with a few sets of our competition uniforms. And marami pang iba na um, hindi ayaw na magpabanggit pero nakatulong sa amin kahit papaano, sometimes they would treat us to lunch or to dinner, things like that. So we thank all our friends. But also we'd like to invite also for our families na lahat na pray para sa amin, mga kaibigan namin, and yung handball community kayo na laging andyan, sila Miss Ayang, to support us and to pray for us. And those who are employed, the employers of our players and our staff, and also their schools who allowed them to go. Ano pa ba? So, we'd like to invite everybody who's interested, just schools. Most of our players came from schools, and if you want to have a handball program, just get in touch with the Philippine Handball Federation, and we'll guide you on how to start a program that is aligned with us and the International Federation for the physical literacy of our students. So that's we have a good program. It's called Handball at Schools, and its goal is for the long-term athlete development of our students. So yun lang. I hope marami pang makaalam ng handball at marami pang maging engaged para lumaki yung community natin at magkaroon kami ng positive effect sa sa aming immediate community at the Philippines as a whole. So yun, maraming salamat, Gab.
Okay, so looking forward din pala dati sa ating grassroots program at if you have some events nearby sa aming lugar with regards na sa handball, feel free to bring in me para dito may cover natin ito at we could help find yung ating mga future stars ng ating Philippine handball team. Lalo na yung inyong grassroots program na targeted niya sa inyong mga eskwelahan para makaanap, para ma-discover pa mga future stars na Philippine sports, especially sa inyong sport na handball. Alam ko, hindi ko na patatagalin dahil ready na si Ayang na ma-interview mamaya sa kanyang programa. So, congratulations! Good luck sa SEA Games and more power
You.
sa ating Philippine handball team. Bye! Thank you!
Bye. Thank you.
Salamat!